Hello there, y'all. Hey, thanks for joining me in this new video here. I think it's video 14 in our new YouTube channel startup. Hello there, and thanks for joining me on this video 14, I believe it is. This particular video, we're going to be discussing the build of a telescopic antenna. Hello there, and thank you for joining me again here in this video 14, Soaring Eagle DIY. I appreciate all of you that are following along and subscribing and liking, and for those of you that haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you guys could just hit that like button and subscribe. It would really help us new fondling little startup YouTube channel here, and you're all a blessing to us here. So this particular video, I'm going to be demonstrating and discussing a little bit on a build of a telescopic antenna mast for RV. Probably about 6-7 years ago, I purchased one very similar to what I'm holding in my hand here, and I had it in storage for a while, and I did install it on my RV here a couple of weeks ago. It'll be on one of the video links from prior, and I'll post a little picture of it here later. But I spent a couple of months just dissecting all the components and bits and pieces and trying to source them out. So after a month or two finding different units that would fit together, some of the snap-on clips, pipe and clamps and all that stuff, make sure that the inside-outside diameters on everything fit properly. I put an order in for different components from 3 or 4 different locations throughout mostly the US, so it takes a while to come in, and then you pay the shipping and duty and 40% exchange in money and stuff like that. But anyway, we ended up getting it all together, and be a couple of clips on here just showing how I put it together, and we'll also have it on our website here. There's 2 antennas or 2 masts that I ended up making. I'm going to call one Canada's #1 heavy duty antenna mast for Starlink, for cellular booster antennas like Yagis and Omnis, and you could put radio antennas on there. There's really no end to what you could put on this mast. So the mast that I've currently made, like on my trailer, it's about an 8-foot mast, so you get 4, 5, 6, 7 feet of lift above your RV, which in most cases is enough. Don't think you need the 30, 40 feet. You know, it's a different mast all entirely if that's what you need. But these masts will lift your antenna up above the roof line of your RV, like this one that shows here, and I'll post a little link on that on my RV as well. So with this particular unit, you know, just have some little snap-on modules and stuff, and the antenna slides through here, and then these guys just lock up and lock in the pipe, and then when you're traveling, you would lower your mast back down, just loosen those clips off real quick, slide the pipe back down, lock it back in place, and then now your antenna is nice and low on the roof line of your RV, so you don't have to worry about that. So this is the heavy duty system that I designed out of that, and using these quick disconnect units and stuff. So this is like one module now, and then we can just put like 6-foot, 8-foot, 10-foot, 12-foot pipe in there, whatever you desire. And with this particular unit, you could bolt it onto a wall as it is, onto another clamp, but I also have a secondary clamp that we can put on that, and it would clamp onto here, and then this unit here would go onto your ladder on your RV, on the ladder on the back and stuff, and so you'd have one on each one of these locations here like that to clamp it on. And so that's how that's going to play out. Now there'll be a little bit of a description on just how I ended up putting it together, and do follow us along to the end there, and give us a subscribe at the end, and we'll always look forward to getting something like this on market here when come up with an idea. And it's a bit of a hobby of mine. It's been a career for the last 37-40 years working with this kind of equipment and communications of all sorts, and now still working, but it's also a bit of a hobby and a bit of a challenge, opening up a YouTube channel and stuff, but it's a lot of fun and I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you'll follow along, and we'll see you in the rest of the video. Well, hello there, and I want to thank you guys for following me on some of our videos that we put together here in this new channel upstart. In this video, what we're going to do for you is we're building a telescopic antenna mast for RVs. You could use it elsewhere as well, but it'll be for cellular antennas, putting on a Yagi, Omni antenna. You could put a Starlink dish on top of it, radio antenna. Be similar to the telescopic pipe that I put on my own RV on the back of the RV, but that company is no longer around. Can't get those telescopic units anymore. So what I've done is accumulated some bits and pieces here, and got some galvanized pipe here, aluminum pipe I should say, and also some stainless steel pipe, and a bunch of mounting clips to do it, a bunch of little fasteners, and using a little micrometer there to make sure we can get the pipe dimensions properly, and a little mounting bracket. So there are two different versions that we're going to end up building. You'll see the finished version once this is all complete at the end of this video. Right now I just got back from picking up some of the parcels of some of the bits and pieces and some of the pipe that I ordered in, and it arrived today. So things seem to be coming together on it. So what we've got here is kind of a quick disconnect solution for the pipe to raise the mast, and it'll clamp onto the pipe. So I've got a number of them. The intention of this video is so that as a DIY you can make your own telescopic pipe, but we'll also have it for sale on our KC Communications website store. So if you don't want to build one but just like to purchase one through us locally here, we could definitely do that for you. And I also use it for my own installations when a customer calls and needs an antenna and a cellular system installed. And so we've got all the bits and pieces here. It'll be easy enough to mount it for yourself as well. So ended up finding some pipe that'll fit in really nicely onto this, and it just has a snug fit. I don't have the burrs off the pipe yet, but there we go. Here, holding the camera and doing this thing at the same time here. So be able to use this clamp as a clamp, and then the pipe can slide through there as a telescopic unit. So that's one way of doing it. And then the other system is using the stainless steel pipe and the same clamps and attaching them on the end of the post here, and then another pipe inside with a clamp there for the telescopic that'll slide through that one. So that will clamp on differently on the RV with those pieces than this one here, which will be clamped onto probably the back ladder of an RV. Have some drawings on here that I'd done earlier while I was waiting for the parts to come in. Just a little hand-drawn assembly of the units on there. Everything's kind of always in my head. Some of the parts that we can get, and I'll show where you can get those on Amazon. And the idea is to mount this particular system onto the back of an RV on the back ladder, and then you can get your antenna up past your RV when you're stationary. Of course, the telescopic idea is to lower the antenna when you're traveling. So those are some ideas that I came through here. Did a lot of research on fasteners that would hold, fasteners that wouldn't last too long, some different slide fasteners that you have on telescopic pipe for washing systems and stuff, but they're really not all that rugged and probably wouldn't last very long, get dirty and corroded. and just a bunch of different ideas I was trying to come up with to make these sleeves work over time, and different fittings that I could find. So I made a decision, with the pieces that I have, and it looks like they're very solid, secure, fundamentally pieces that going to stand the corrosion of time on the back of an RV holding your antenna. So as this project comes along, in this short little clip here, I lost the audio portion of this, so I'll just mic over top of it. So what I was doing here is just explaining the aluminum blade that I'd purchased for my little skill saw to cut the tubes, the aluminum pipe, etc., and just how well the blade actually held out. And would highly recommend these aluminum blades. The first time I've ever cut steel pipe, or actually it's not steel but aluminum pipe with a blade. Makes a little bit of a screeching noise, but not too bad. But boy, it sure did cut off a nice little piece. So I just need to cut off just that outside little rim there, so the pipe will go right through that pipe, because right now the end is closed off. So on 2 pipes I have to cut it off. All right, what I want to show you here is just cutting off the end of this pipe over here. That was we need the aluminum pipe to slide through here, and so what I did is just made up this little jig here. Sorry, I cut this off without videotaping it. So what I needed to do is cut this end off of there, and it's an aluminum pipe. So what I showed you earlier, that circular blade for aluminum cutting, and I just made up this little jig and just set this pipe right inside there, and clamp this little clamp on there, and modified a little bit of wood here to create a clamp for my little project here, and clamp that on there, and had this pipe just sticking out a little bit. Just grabbed the circular saw, sorry for the ambulance just going by, and then what I did is I just followed this plywood track to cut off that edge there, and it cut it off like cheesecake. Worked really well. So if you're planning on building this same telescopic pipe assembly system that I have here, all these parts are available on Amazon, and you can quickly modify this flag post pipe by cutting out this bottom welded little piece out of there, or grind it out, whichever way that you find most convenient. But I needed a little pipe cutting tool anyway for other pipes that I have, so I made this little jig here, and I can just slide it back and forth just by using some clamps to hold it in place depending on the size of pipe I'm cutting, and get that out of the way, and it can just slide back and forth as to where I need it. So anyway, it worked great. And I really needed that little piece out of the way to further this project on. And here we go, and you'll see the rest of it as it comes together in the next video clip. So forgetfulness is sometimes a good thing. I can show you here how I cut that last pipe off. I do have a second one that I need to do the same thing as this one here to get both ends open. As you see, this one is open on one end for a flag post mount or an antenna mast, but the other end is still closed off. So what I'll do, I'm waving my hand there to see if I'm in camera zoom, is I'll clamp this one in, and we'll just show you how easily the aluminum blade cut it off. I'm quite impressed how well those blades work. First time I've ever used it. Oh, I need my clamps back here. So okay, here we go. So we'll just clamp that jig right down here, make it nice and tight, and we'll cut off. Now I'm sure some of you guys could come up with a fancier jig or have a little pipe clamp to be able to do this, or even just a cut-off saw, but this is all I have readily available today to do this. So here we go. We'll just show how quickly work it through the metal nice and slow, make a nice clean cut. Sounds like my battery's dying on my saw here, so we'll just shut that down. So there we go. There's just a little bottom piece that I just need to tag off here. The blade didn't get quite to the bottom, but that's how easily you can cut that pipe off. Hey, there we are, a couple of days later. Thanks for following along for building this telescopic RV antenna mounts. A few days ago I showed you a bunch of bits and pieces that I'd gathered up, waiting for some parts to come in to build these mounts. I've got two different mounts built here now, and really stoked with them. They turned out really, really well. Gonna call them Canada's #1 RV antenna mounts. It's very similar to the one that had in the back of my RV, but couldn't find them anymore, so I thought I'd build some of my own units. So what we've got here is about an 8-foot mast, and going to call this one the heavy duty mount, and then the one over there, call it the medium duty mount. They both work really well. We'll have a link down below on our website where they're available for you to pick up, and how they operate here, to see if I can get this. It's a little bit dark in here. So on this heavy duty mount, there's two clips on here, and I'm hoping that it won't slide down on me while I'm doing this here. And then a clip down the bottom here. Now this piece I've got in my hand here would be stationary on a ladder mount. All right, here we are at the Vedder River Trail. It's a trail that we go walking on. It's a good place to come and demo these masts. Earlier I showed you some boxes full of bits and pieces that I'd ordered up to make some telescopic rails, some telescopic antenna mounting systems for Starlink, for sure called booster, Yagi antennas, Omni antennas alike. So what we've got here is got it all assembled. I've got two different versions. They'll be available on our website. Have them posted on there as well. So we've got what I call the heavy duty one, and also a medium duty one there. And you could have various heights on these, just depending on the pipe that you want to put in. These are at 8 feet and stuff. And what I'll do is I'll have my assistant hold the camera here when I show you how these work. So let's just hold it like there so that I can all right, have a look at them. So how these masts work is the heavy duty one have two clamps at each end, and this here would be mounted onto the RV, and then the antenna mast just posts on there. Do you want to just pan up a little bit there with the camera? There we go. And then you can just slide it down to the height that you want, and you can rotate them and turn them as well. And when you're at the height that you want, you just clamp it back on and it'll stay put. And so that's the heavy duty one there. And then I also have a more light duty system here, which is the same pole, just a lighter mounting system. And it has some clamps on here that just undo these thumb screws, and then you can just elevate the antenna up there as well. And both of these are at 8 feet and stuff. And so this here would get clamped onto your ladder on the back of your RV, and you would just raise it up and down as needed. And so this is what we've got assembled here, and I'm really pleased, content with the outcome of them. They're very durable. We have the ends capped off at both ends to make a nice, neat finished material. Keeps the water out and keeps the bees and bugs from building nests inside the pipe as well. And so these will be available on our website, and I'll have a link down below. Have a look at it, and I think you'd be very well pleased with this. This is similar to what I have on the back of my RV, but the company went broke that used to sell something similar to this, so thought I would manufacture my own units. And again, they'll be available on our website, so do have a look at it, and we'll catch you later. Those two pipes, this worked out really well. It's aluminum polished piping. This little piece in here is stainless steel in there, and then these are aluminum brackets, and these are fiberglass couplings on here, and then this is aluminum piping as well with an aluminum holder on there. So there you go. Do have a look in the link below. I'll have them on my website, and you can have a look at the pricing and stuff there, or maybe even build them yourself. I'll run a couple of little video clips of some pictures that I took on it and follow up with that. But thanks a lot for following along, and appreciate it if you could just do a quick like and subscribe on the channel. I'm trying to get up to the 500 mark on my new channel here. It's kind of slow building it up. But anyway, would really appreciate it if you just go and, like they always say, smash that subscribe. Anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll catch you on the next video.